I recently posted a video about my trip to Sirmione, Italy. I arrived there by public transportation, but before making my trip, I found it hard to find information about public transportation to get to Sirmione. I could find a lot of information if I was renting a car and how to get there by car, but I couldn't find much about public transportation. So I wanted to just make this little video in order to help others. Traveling by train is a great way to get around Italy, but you can't get all the way to Sirmione by train. The closest you can get is a city called Desenzano, and from there you can take a ferry or a bus. I decided to take a bus to Sirmione and a ferry back from Sirmione so I could check out both types of transportation. So once you get off the train, when you go down the stairs in the train station, you'll notice an information point to the right, and they're very helpful. Inside the train station, on the opposite side, there's a cafe, and you can buy a bus ticket right there. The bus stop is just directly on the other side of the street from the train station. It's bus number 26, at least as of spring 2024, which is when I made my trip. I did see others handling the bus in different ways in terms of, I believe people were paying by cash to the bus driver. There's also an app that you can use. I believe the name is Arrivo. I don't think that you can pay by card on the bus, but it's easy enough to pop across the street and get a ticket at the cafe in the train station. I found the bus to be a good option. There was a little confusion at one point when we were about halfway there and the bus was doing a U-turn. Most of us on the bus were freaking out a little bit, thinking that we had missed our stop somehow. But the driver explained that no, we needed to get off here after the U-turn and then transfer over to a shuttle. So you take the bus a certain distance, then you need to get off the bus, then you get on the shuttle, and that shuttle will take you all the way to the historic city center with the castle very nearby. So, and here you are in Sirmione, ready to enjoy your day at this beautiful place. On the way back, you could take the bus and just reverse the process. The other option is the ferry. And I've made a little map here just showing where the dock is for the ferry in comparison with the castle, which is a major landmark and very easy to find. At the dock, you can find the schedule posted for the ferry. There's also a ticket kiosk just off to your left as you face the water. One thing to be careful about is at various times of the year, various times of the day, the boat might get quite crowded and you might have to wait for the next one. So pay attention to the times and be sure that you get in line early so that you get on. I was there in May. I had no problem with it. It looked like the line was really long, but there was a ton of space on the ferry, and I found a spot right by the window, which made me happy. One thing about taking the ferry rather than the bus is it's actually much shorter. The ferry only takes about 20 minutes, and the bus takes about an hour. On the other hand, if you take the ferry, you have a 15-minute walk, 15 to 20-minute walk between where the ferry docks and where the train station is. So something else to keep in mind. As well as being a shorter journey, I just found it a lot of fun to be taking a ferry and seeing the sights by water rather than being on a bus. But that's just me. We docked in Desenzano, and then I needed to make that 15 to 20-minute walk back to the train station. But I found the city of Desenzano so beautiful. I'd never even heard of it before. And if I had known how much it had to offer, I actually would have saved some time to spend some time in Desenzano exploring that a little bit. But yeah, you just make your way back to the train station and back onto your hotel or your next destination.